In the Emilia-Romagna region, devastating floods have struck, leading to the displacement of countless individuals and placing an immense strain on emergency services. As a result, Formula One officials declared recently that the anticipated race, scheduled for this upcoming weekend, will not take place. This announcement carries notable consequences, especially for Red Bull's Max Verstappen and his standing in the title battle against teammate Sergio Perez. Stay tuned to this video for all the details on discovering the impact of this race cancellation on the two-time world champion. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you like all things F1. Alright, now let's get back to the video. The announcement regarding the cancellation of the race was meticulously crafted, with careful wording to avoid definitively stating the complete cancellation of the event for the entire 2023 season. However, it is anticipated that rescheduling the race at a later date in the season will pose challenges due to the already congested calendar. In an insightful video on his YouTube channel, Peter Windsor, a renowned Formula One team manager, shared his perspective on the situation, indicating that Sergio Perez may find solace in the cancellation of the Imola race. Windsor expressed his viewpoint by stating, "What will Max be thinking? One less race for me to win." There's absolutely no doubt that Imola was more suited to Max's driving style than Checo's, so it's a bigger loss for Verstappen. If these two drivers end up closely matched in points toward the end of the year, which is a big if of course, then Max will undoubtedly regret the absence of the Imola race, he added. While the competition between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez has maintained a fair and sportsmanlike atmosphere thus far, Johnny Herbert believes that Perez will need to adapt his approach if he aims to surpass his teammate. According to Herbert, he suggested that Perez may need to adopt a more assertive and aggressive driving style to gain an advantage over Verstappen. In his words, "If it's your only shot, you'll do anything to get that trophy on your mantelpiece. If you get thrown out at the end of the season, that trophy is on the mantelpiece. We know Max has got that mentality, and Lewis Hamilton has got that mentality, and all the other drivers in the past who have won world championships. Now, it's seeing if Sergio wants to do the same thing. It's a risk that you may lose that seat, the best seat in Formula One at the present time, but to win a world championship, I'd go for it." Amidst growing tension, Sergio Perez's father, Antonio Perez Garibay, shared his thoughts on the rivalry between his son and Max Verstappen. Garibay drew parallels to the intense competition between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost during their time at McLaren, cautioning that their battle could potentially mirror that infamous fallout. This comparison serves as a reminder of the potential for strained relations between teammates in intense Formula One rivalries. In a statement that could be interpreted as a challenge to Max Verstappen, Antonio Perez Garibay warned that Sergio Perez possesses a similar mindset and could rival him for the competition. Garibay expressed this statement in an interview with Por Esto, stating, "For me, this is the new addition of Senna and Prost at McLaren. We have two tigers in the same cage. They think alike, they act alike. They try to snatch the point for the fastest lap from each other, because every point counts in this world competition. Not only they chase every pole position, they also want to be one step ahead in every free practice session," said a statement referring to both Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen. The tensions between the two drivers came to light last season when they had a clash that raised concerns about their relationship. In a specific incident in Sao Paulo, Verstappen ignored team orders to let Perez pass, leading to tensions within the team and sparking an internal dispute. The tensions remained high during the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, where Perez approached Verstappen to discuss the latter taking his fastest lap. Despite the conflicts, Perez has consistently expressed his ambition to challenge Verstappen for the championship title. With 2 victories out of 5 races, the Mexican driver has had a strong start to the season. Sergio Perez's father, Antonio Perez Garibay, believes his son has transformed and expects him to use his newfound confidence to compete for top positions in Formula One. Garibay also believes that Sergio could extend his career in the sport for up to 10 years, even though his current contract with Red Bull ends after the upcoming season. He said, "It's all about nuances in favor of Max, but on difficult circuits, the two are on equal footing. My son has changed. What he says and how he behaves is different. He shows a lot more self-confidence. He used to be happy for points. It took a long time before he got a competitive car. If this chance had come earlier, Checo would already be world champion. I'm quite sure of that, and he still has 10 years to go to win the title." Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull Racing, refutes the notion that Max Verstappen is the clear number one driver within the team, asserting that both Verstappen and Sergio Perez are treated equally. Despite Verstappen's consecutive championship wins in the past 2 seasons, Horner denies any preferential treatment when it comes to tyre selection and overall strategy. He emphasizes that both drivers are given equal opportunities to succeed and contribute to the team's success. In an episode of the Extraordinary Tales with Seb Coe podcast, Horner expressed his opinion, saying, "Of course you end up sometimes with conflict between your drivers, but I think the most important thing as a team is to play with a straight bat, to treat them equally. We don't have a number one driver. Our number one driver is whoever is ahead on the circuit. And you earn that by what you do on the circuit, not through a contract. And that's the way we've always operated." Max Verstappen acknowledges that it is inherent in Formula 1 for rule changes to eventually curb a team's dominance. Even though it is not currently the case, in an interview on the Pardon My Take podcast, Verstappen was asked about whether there are any efforts to hinder Red Bull's performance. He responded, "Well, no. I think so far it's been alright. I mean, that thing is natural when one team is ahead. People start looking into things. But for the moment, I think it is alright." Verstappen highlighted the historical precedent of rule changes ending the dominance of other teams in Formula 1 and emphasized that this is an inherent aspect of the sport. He argued that rule changes play a role in leveling the playing field and preventing a single team from maintaining prolonged dominance. He added, "We had it before as well. Other teams have been dominating, and then of course at one point there are changes, and teams get upset a bit. That's how Formula 1 goes, you know." Considering Christian Horner's remarks, fans look forward to an exhilarating season where both Red Bull drivers, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, are given equal opportunities to compete. It remains to be seen if Perez can effectively challenge Verstappen's pursuit of a third consecutive championship, with Perez being the only other driver with the RB19 car on the track. He appears to be Verstappen's primary rival. The unfolding season will ultimately reveal if Perez can pose a significant threat to Verstappen's championship aspirations. And that wraps up today's video. Will the intense competition between Verstappen and Perez lead to a fallout similar to Senna and Prost's infamous rivalry? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.